So what's up guys, Enter here by Nino or Quadigy, and welcome back to another banger video on Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my top 5 meta loadouts within Black Ops 7 after today's Black Ops 7 Nuketown update. They actually changed a lot of things within the game, including buffing and nerfing some weapons, absolutely changing some of the weapons around, giving us aim assist. And I've tested all the weapons within Black Ops 7 that got buffed or nerfed today, the SMGs and ARs, and I decided to compile a top 5 list in terms of power ranking and also accessibility. The loadouts that you guys are going to see today do not require any sort of prestiging, so you guys don't need a prestige attachment or anything like that. And these guns have amazing TTKs, low recoil, and amazing movement speeds for you guys to utilize. I have dropped 25 nukes more or less within Black Ops 7 so far, and have studied every SMG and AR in depth, gathered their statistics thanks to Exclusive Ace, and have a good idea of how guns will perform and what I think you'll be comfortable with. And it's double XP weekend. We got to focus on which guns are the best to level up. So if you're looking forward to leveling up faster in the game, performing better, maybe getting your first nuke or whatever the case is, then you've come to the right channel. And I hope you guys drop a like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. I pretty much have uploaded a nuke with every SMG and AR, and I hope to do that with the rest of the weapon categories, so you guys have a good class setup for all these guns as you're going over your singularity grind. And I would say the videos that I make are also very entertaining, as they are also informative, so I hope you stick around. With all that yapping out of the way, let's go ahead and start things off with the easiest and one of the most powerful guns to use within Black Ops 7, the M15 Mod Zero. They did nerf it in some aspects today within Black Ops 7, but I tried it out today and it still felt really nice to use, especially with my class setup, so we kind of nullified the nerfs with my build. Just want to let you guys know before we show you guys the class setups, every gun here will get a 5 attachment build and 8 attachment build in case you're running the Gunfighter wildcard or whatever wildcard you want to be comfortable with. So let's go ahead and show off the 5 attachment build for the mod M15 Zero. Starting things off with the muzzle, we're going to go ahead and stay off the minimap with the VAS 556 suppressor. Just keep pieces off the minimap, and there's no cons. However, you want more accuracy, go ahead and put on that compensator, but this one's already pretty freaking accurate. The magazine here is going to be the 45 round Mayday extended mag, just to have more than enough ammo for multiple opponents, but of course you can substitute this for some other attachment if you wish to do so. The rear grip that I recommend is the mobile quick draw grip known as the Hex Cut grip, giving us on the movement boost with die to fire and slide to fire speeds, as well as extra ADS speed. But if you just want pure ADS speed to make this gun as snappy as possible, put on the Peregrine grip here and go crazy. The stock that I ended up sticking to was the Bowen Lichpin stock here, or the control stock, giving us vertical and horizontal recoil control to keep the gun super steady. And lastly, for our 5 attachment build, we got the recoil springs of the Buffer Springs to allow us to have even more recoil control on this gun. And thus, with these 5 attachments, the M15 Mod Zero is extremely accurate and more than powerful enough. Despite its slower time to kill up close, in the medium ranges, you're going to be able to just body opponents with this sort of build. However, you guys know me, I like to build my guns with 8 attachments, so let me go ahead and show you guys the 8 attachment build real quick for the mod M15 Zero. And thus, here's our full 8 attachment build for the M15 Mod Zero, adding on the barrel of the fusion barrel for damage range and bullet velocity, the underbarrel of the EAM Steady 90 grip for horizontal recoil control and movement speeds, and then the laser, the 3MW Motion Strike laser for damage range and recoil stabilization. And thus you can see when I take it into the firing range, man, that took forever to load. But when you take it into the firing range, you can see we got a good amount of movement here, but we also got the accuracy to boast as well with this gun. So, it isn't the most powerful gun in the game, but it isn't the weakest either. You're going to be very accurate for most gunfights in this game, including super far range like that, and beginner players will love this gun to their heart's content. There's a lot better loadouts out there that I'll cover in today's video, but this is one that's rated E for everybody. It's a really great gun. So before we move on to the 4 other best guns within Black Ops 7, I want to show out my general loadout that I use on every gun in the game. So my secondary is usually the pistol of either the Coda 9 or the Velix 5.7, the 3-round burst pistol or the full auto pistol. Here's the build with the Coda 9 in case you guys are curious and want to copy it down. Definitely is a finalized build, at least I believe so. And if you're more of a burst player, here's the Velox 5.7 pistol burst build that really I've been taking a liking to personally over the fully automatic build. Build upgrade wise, I really love the assault pack because it gives us lucky ammo, which gives us additional score, allowing us to get our score streaks faster, which helps me get nukes. Tactical here is going to be the stim shot because I always want to be at full health before I engage with somebody, and I've got that combat performance boost overclock so that we can move around the map a lot more quickly and make some moves. The lethal that I like is the cluster grenade, giving us tighter packing overclock so that this gun can get even more kills, which is kind of dangerous. And then the 3 perks that I highly recommend are Ghost, Vigilance, and Looper. Ghost, so I can stay off the minimap and be a lot more sneaky. That's the way I like to play within Black Ops 7. I feel like stealth is really OP in this game. Perk 2, Vigilance. If people get a counter UAV or a scrambler, I'm immune to that. So I'm always going to have my UAVs on and be able to see if my HARP is available as well. And it increases the minimap area. And minimaps are super important in this game, so you know where everybody's at. And then perk 3 is Looper, because it allows me to just loop my kill streaks and allow me to get more kills and the HARP again. And it really is the most beneficial to dropping nukes within Black Ops 7. If you don't have Looper, though, go ahead and stick with Dexterity. It's pretty nice as well. And if you don't have Ghost, you can always switch over to Gung Ho if needed, or whatever other perk you might want. And obviously the wildcard that I'm currently having is Gunfighter, because we're showing off 8 attachment builds as well. But if you don't use Gunfighter, you could use perk Greed, and the 4th perk that I would use was probably Flak Jacket, just because of all the grenades that be throwing around. But I also can recommend Specialist, because this gives you the ability to have every perk in the game if you go on a kill streak. You might not get your score streaks, but having every perk in the game makes you a super soldier and is a really fun way to play. I hope to showcase this in a video on its own in the future. And as you can see, that pretty much is the general loadout that I use on every class in the game. But moving on to the second gun here today, we've got the SMG of the Draic 45. In terms of time to kill, it doesn't have the fastest time to kill out there, but it has amazing range for an SMG, amazing recoil control, and just like the mod M15 Zero or the M15 Mod Zero, it's an all-arounder, and it's perfect for anybody to use and pick up. Let's go ahead and check out the 5 attachment class setup. Starting things off, we got the Lethal Tools ELO, which you get from getting the Peacekeeper to level 5. If you don't have this optic, well, some of the other optics are just really ugly, but this is the best one in my eyes, and I'd recommend it. Also here, once again, it's going to be the Balin 45 suppressor to help us streak up, and you're free to use the compensator as well. But for the barrel, we got the long barrel, the 19-inch EAM Horizon barrel. We want to boost that damage range even further so we can compete with ARs in a sense and kind of treat this as like even more of an SMG AR hybrid. The rear grip here is our 4th attachment, and we're going to put on the mobile quick draw grip of the Herald Z1 grip. Just like the last rear grip, this helps with volley movement and ADS speeds. And for our fire mod, we got recoil springs, the accelerated recoil system. More recoil control, makes it more accurate, and thus gives us a faster time to kill. And this is a killer right here. Like I said, the Draic is truly a beast. But I like my 8 attachment build, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys an 8 attachment build right now. And thus, here's my 8 attachment build for the Draic 45, adding on the magazine of the Gator Extended Mag for 48 rounds, the stock of the EM Heritage stock for even more crazier movement, so you can zoom around the map, I can't even talk, and then the laser of the Strelok laser, that VAS Precision Shift laser for better ADS. And as you can see, when you take it into the firing range, yeah, it's a beautiful, fast-moving SMG, and it's really accurate, super easy to use, beautiful freaking sight. If you can handle the iron sights, then go for it, but love how this SMG feels. Absolutely love the power of the Draic 45, and let me know if it's your favorite SMG in the game. I feel like it's most people's favorites, but the other SMG that I have in this list is my favorite, and it's perfect to rush with. Also, how many of you guys got the Vault Edition, have this crazy looking freaking blueprint, bruh? I just had to show off the animation. It's kind of funny. Let's rock and roll. The next AR we've got here today is the AK-27. And the reason why I put this gun here is because besides the Maverick, it has the fastest TTK up close. And it's fully automatic, which is kind of dangerous. So this is a perfect SMG AR hybrid type of gun. Has the range and capabilities of an AR, but also the TTK kind of an SMG, which is kind of insane. It can compete with many weapons at all ranges. Let's go ahead and check out the build. Starting things off with the 5 attachment build, we got the suppressor of the SWF Tanisha 11. Once again, just keeping us out the minimap to streak up. The barrel here that I recommend is the long barrel for maximum damage range, because if you look at the graph, its damage range isn't the best, and we want to extend that really fast TTK further out to compete with more guns. On the barrel, we got to put on the lateral precision grip for that horizontal recoil control. Its horizontal recoil got worse after the nerfs, so this is going to try and mitigate that as much as possible. For our extended mag, we got the 40 round mag to allow us to have even more ammo capacity on this game, so that we have more than enough ammo for power. And the rear grip here is going to be the SAR control grip for first shot and vertical recoil control, because like I said, this gun has some nasty recoil, and these 2 recoil control attachments will help you compensate for it as much as it can. And these are the best way to run the 5 attachment build for the AK-27. It might not be the easiest AK to use, but I'm telling you, if you can master it, you're going to be up good in Black Ops 7. If not, just stick to the M15. That gun's still pretty good after the nerfs. Let's go ahead and show the 8 attachment build. And thus, here's my 8 attachment build for the AK-27, adding on the stock of the Caliban light stock for crazier movement, the motion strike laser for even more damage range and recoil stabilization, and then the buffer strings for perfect recoil control. And when you take all these factors into account, as you can see, this gun's got some nice movement for an AR. It kind of moves like an SMG, and it's pretty darn accurate if you ask me. Not going to be the most accurate in the world, and it's going to be kind of hard to get people at longer ranges, but up to 50 meters, it really doesn't struggle much at all. And as long as you can control the recoil, maybe you can snipe some people, but you're kind of limited with the range with this gun, unlike some of the other last ARs I'm going to show off here. But throughout the AK-27, I think you'll be a fan of it. Next up, we've got my absolutely favorite SMG in the entire game, the Razer 9mm. Like, they buffed all the SMGs in this game, and the Razer was included in that, and they improved its recoil, its damage range, and speaking about its TTK, it has the fastest TTK out of all the SMGs in Black Ops 7, tied with the MPC-25, but this gun has a bit easier to control recoil in my eyes, and that's why I deem this one more worthy. Muzzle-wise, once again, I just love my suppressors. Keeps us off the minimap. Barrel-wise, we're once again going with the long barrel for maximum damage range. Magazine here is going to be the 40-round mag, just to give us more than enough ammo for multiple opponents. For the rear grip here, we're kind of switching gears here and giving ourselves the stabilization grip of the EAM pushback grip for horizontal recoil control and recoil stabilization to stabilize the gun even further. And then to top things off, we got the recoil springs accelerated recoil system for more perfect recoil control. Now the gun is still going to kick a bit, but this is the best way to rock this gun with 5 attachments. But like I said, 8 attachments thrives like crazy in Black Ops 7 for most of the SMGs. So let me go ahead and show you guys how it looks with 8 attachments. And thus, here's my 8 attachment build for the Razer here. And we added on the optic of the Lethal Tools ELO because the iron sights are kind of ugly in my eyes. The underbarrel is going to be the vitalized hand stop to give us a ton of control over the aiming out of sway and sway delay and all that, and some horizontal recoil control. And then the stock is going to be the RWL stability pad to give us ultimate vertical and horizontal recoil control, because I think this gun needs it more than anything else. And like I said, it might not have the most recoil in the world, but it does have some. But with this, you're going to be able to body people with a lot more ease within the close ranges, which is where you should use most SMGs. Has the fastest TTK, like I said before, so you'll melt people like nothing. If you try to stretch out your ranges, make sure to kind of, you know, not be too concerned about that, because it is an SMG at the end of the day. You want to be able to body people up to 25 meters, not really 50 meters, but it has your capabilities to do so. I just wouldn't recommend it. So choose your battles wisely and take advantage of that fastest TTK up close, I should say. And last, and definitely not least, the best gun in Black Ops 7 is the X9 Maverick. Now, they did nerf the gun today, and I thought it'd be enough to kind of like dethrone it, but it definitely isn't. I got a nuke like nothing. If you were on stream, you guys saw just how broken this gun is. So let's just show off the builds. This gun has a crazy TTK, even against SMGs. The AR stand no chance up close with it. It's wild how great this gun is. Starting things off, the gun has ugly iron sights, so we have to use a good optic, and I love the Lethal Tools ELO. Muzzle-wise, just a regular suppressor, like always. For the barrel, you can kind of experiment with this. I personally like the heavy barrel, the 16-inch OS density barrel. It gives us a ton of vertical recoil control, so the gun really becomes the laser beam, and it gives us a 51-round mag. So this is kind of like a barrel and an extended mag in one, but I can also recommend the Shroud barrel if you feel like you can control it well enough, because this gives it damage range, and that boosts that one burst potential, that crazy fast CTK, even further. I like to be accurate, but if you want to be even more powerful, that Shroud barrel can go crazy. And honestly, all of these barrels are pretty good, besides maybe the Prestige attachment barrel and the Sprint to Fire barrel. But the rest of these, try them out and see what's your favorite. Laser-wise, we got the stable range laser of the 3MW Motion Strike laser for even more damage range to boost that one burst potential, and recoil stabilization to make the gun even more nasty. And then, of course, we got the Fire mod of Buffer Spring or Recoil Springs to keep the gun even more accurate. And with these 5 attachments, I mean, I'd say you're pretty much set, but why stop at its ultimate power when you can obtain godly power? So here's the 8 attachment build for the gun, adding on the underbarrel of the Quick Step foregrip for movement speed, so we can move around the map a lot more quickly. The rear grip of the pillory grip for crazy fast ADS speed, but of course you could always put that on the 5 attachment build. And then we got the stock of the Ethereal Wave stock for even more movement. We've already taken care of recoil control. We're just making this gun feel more like an SMG AR hybrid, which is kind of scary. And when you take this gun into the firing range, it's a scary sight. I mean, up close, you're one bursting. As long as it's chest and up, you're one bursting. But up to this range, you got a 2 burst, but that's still a fast CTK. Right here, still 2 burst, but not bad. And over here, it's a couple of bursts, but it's accurate. You guys see how accurate that is? You don't even gotta try with this gun, bro. It's scary. It's so freaking scary how great this gun is. So as long as you got a decent shot, you are bodying fools. You gotta keep in mind, it might have like a little bit of handling issues, but that's what my class setup was for. And if you haven't leveled up the Maverick, level it up now before they ultimately nerf it to the ground in Season 1. At least that's what I believe will happen. Who knows, though? Maybe they'll just little bit of nerf it, kind of like how they did in this last update. But yeah, that's my top 5 best guns in Black Ops 7. And no lie, these are easy to get as well. None of these are like over level 30, I believe, to even unlock. Besides maybe the Draic, but most of you guys probably have a blueprint from watching Twitch drop rewards on my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/themarkofahero, or you just level it up to get there. These are great guns and very nasty. If you guys end up using these class setups and find success, or you guys have fun, you know, watching my videos within Black Ops 7, then stay subscribed to the channel, drop a like, and turn on those notifications. I plan to upload even more content. Look at my previous videos. I uploaded a way to get, you know, level up faster, especially during double XP weekend here. And I also uploaded guns on pretty much every SMG and AR in this game. If they're not uploaded, they will be uploaded very soon. Been going hard at this game, and hopefully you guys enjoy the vibes. Not only information here, but also entertainment. And I hope to see you around. And like I said, follow me on Twitch, and you can earn yourself a free Draic blueprint if you don't already have the gun unlocked or whatever the case is. But enjoy the vibes, enjoy these guns. Let me know how you're feeling about Black Ops 7, what prestige you're at, and happy grinding this weekend. I love you all.